What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cap Show. UFC 277 was iconic. I told you the two main fights, Amanda Nunes and Brandon Moreno, were my lock picks of the week, and they really were. First and foremost, I got to give a shout out to Brandon Moreno. This guy has a heart of a champion. He is a champion, and I can't wait to see another rematch, him and Davison in December. But looking at Brandon Moreno's fight, it was iconic. I mean, he really dominated from start to finish. Yes, he did get pieced up in I want to say the first, maybe in the early second round, but we just saw a masterpiece performance. I mean, Brandon, he put it in there, and I feel like this kid, man, he's so humble. That's why I really like Brandon Moreno, because he's humble. The way he carries himself, he's out to help other people, yet he's still a dog. He's still a lion inside that octagon, which I love about it. But that crazy leg kick he threw on Kyra France, it was crazy, dude. It was a left leg kick, hit him right in the rib, and you knew immediately when he went down, that was it for him. He was done, and I knew it. He tried to get Brandon off, after him throwing, big shots for over the top, but, it was just not enough. And then Brandon Moreno kept going and going, and then the ref finally took him off, which I was like, no freaking way, this is iconic, dude. Really, I feel like, Brandon got screwed out of his last fight, and that fight was just crazy. I thought he won in a close, unanimous decision, but they gave it to the other cat. But I just think Brandon Moreno's whole story in the UFC, where he started from, not really a superstar. Many people didn't know who this cat was, and then he said, you know what, in an interview after a fight, he was like, you know what, I'm going to be champion one day. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not in a year from now, but eventually I will become champion one day. And really, he manifested it, and really it became a reality for him, and I love that. I love to see people's dreams come true, and shout out to Brandon Moreno, one of my favorite cats, and it was awesome. It really was, and I think really what he's improved most in his fight game is definitely his stand-up game, and I think, not to mention his ground game, but I just think his stand-up game's improved so much in the past couple years. It is crazy. I mean, we see wrestler guys go into the UFC, not really understand striking, and then they just learn it, they adapt quicker. I think it's better to go in the UFC to be a wrestler than a striker, because if you're an excellent striker, say you're one of the best strikers in the world, well, a wrestler is going to say, hey, I'm going to take you down, this is what I'm going to do, and look at Khabib and McGregor fight. That's what Khabib did. He was like, you know what, I'm going to eventually tire McGregor out, because he's known to get tired in fights, and take him down. And it was a mauling. Although I do think Khabib did lose round 3 of that fight, but that's another story. But Brandon Moreno, a champion. I can't wait to see another fight in December. That's what he's calling for. I think he deserves it. I really do. And I think what the UFC is doing right now, going to ESPN, just continuing to build. And people hate on Dana White, whatever, but hey, they started the business from the ground up and worked their way all the way to the top right now. And so I fuck with that. I really do. So shout out to Brandon Moreno. And then not to mention the GOAT, Amanda Nunes. She is the best woman fighter we've ever seen, no doubt about it. I understand she lost to Juliana in December. She got choked out. It happens. But look, Amanda Nunes, this is what her performance was. It was saying, I am the GOAT here. Every round she took control. Out of 8 takedown attempts, she was six successful takedown attempts out of those 8. So only 2 failed for Amanda Nunes. So she really did what she wanted to do in the strike. She had 3 knockdowns on Juliana. And really, I thought Amanda was really going to knock her out. In a post-fight, after the fight, Amanda Nunes came out and said, I wanted to fight all 5 rounds. I could have fought the 6. I didn't want to finish her off, which I do believe. And she even came out and said, I was hurt. I wasn't 100% in December. But, not to make any excuses, whatever. Amanda Nunes, what she's done for the UFC, for the women's division, it's incredible. From knocking out the poster child in Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey, she started a huge wave. Amanda Nunes says, no, this is my time. She knocked her out, knocked Holly Holm out, knocked Cyborg out. The list goes on and on. I mean, she's been dominating for so long. It's like the hunger's there. We see it. I just think for Amanda Nunes right now, it's just like, helping the next generation come in, and she understands that. So I love Amanda Nunes, what she's done for the UFC, and I think for the UFC and Dana White, they say, you know what, Amanda Nunes is such a superstar. I would even say Amanda Nunes is, obviously not as famous as Conor McGregor, but she's definitely up there, dude. At fame, they're about the business and the money side. So I think for Amanda Nunes, she's bringing great business for the UFC, for the women's division. For Amanda Nunes, what's next for her? I mean, whoever the UFC wants to throw at her. I mean, do they want to do a rubber match in this fight with Juliana? I wouldn't be opposed to that. But what I saw last night was just pure domination. It was from start to finish. It was saying, hey, I'm the alpha female here. I am the lioness, and there's a reason for this. And some of the shots that, even Amanda Nunes took, they weren't the same shots that Juliana took. Amanda Nunes, her strikes are so much powerful, dude. So much more powerful. It's just like, wow, dude. She really throws punches like a dude. I'm telling you what. I know the world's going super left, but this is just my honest opinion, dude. She hits like a semi-truck, dude. She hits like a light heavyweight or a middleweight in the men's division. That's how hard Amanda Nunes hits. And it's crazy of a chin that Juliana had, because most of the women fighters, some of the shots that she was taking from Amanda Nunes would have been knocked out. That would have been it. Case closed. It's over. Lights out. But no, she stayed composed. She stayed in there. But Amanda Nunes, there's nothing to take away. Obviously the upset back in December, I was caught off guard by it. Obviously I had Amanda Nunes in that fight, but looking back at it, I was just like, holy cow. And I kind of had a weird feeling going into this weekend in these fights. It was like, oh, what happens if worse comes to worse with Amanda Nunes? What's going to happen? But no, I said, you know what? At the end of the day, the cream always rises to the top. The best fighters rise to the top, and that's Amanda Nunes. She was better wrestler, striker, really everything around the board. She was better than Juliana at. So I just think for Amanda Nunes, if they do a round 3 of this fight, I think, it's going to be the same outcome. I think Amanda Nunes is going to dominate her, not to mention dominate her. I think she's going to knock her out, kind of like what she did to Cyborg. Cyborg came in there wanting to knock Amanda Nunes out, threw everything she had, literally, all the hooks, all the uppercuts, everything she had at Amanda Nunes, and Amanda Nunes capitalized, counterpunched her, and knocked her out. And we're talking about Cyborg here, a strong woman where people fear her. They fear Cyborg. They really do. I mean, dude, Cyborg is built like a dude, man. And Amanda Nunes just made her look like nothing, dude. It's crazy to me. So I think Amanda Nunes, she's continuing to grow her brand, and I can't wait. I think, if the UFC wants to continue to do good business, have Amanda Nunes fight in December or November. So somewhere around that time, I think that'd be good for them. I really do. So shout out to Amanda Nunes. I was wrong on Derek Lewis, the heavyweight fight. Look, he got knocked out. I think for Derek Lewis, kind of on a losing streak as well. I think for Derek Lewis, I think his time has come to retire. Hang it up. I really do. He had a good career in the UFC where he started from. To him to get back to the heavyweight contender at number 1, it's going to be tough. I mean, yes, he did beat Francis Ngannou by draw. That was years ago. I just think the hunger right now for Derek Lewis is clearly not there. Or the training, I don't know what it is, but he just wasn't quick on his feet, really slow, and really just got manhandled. And the thing is Derek Lewis, he never gets manhandled, right? He has the power, but I just think, the speed was not there for him. And the speed outweighed, so I just think for Derek Lewis, it's time to hang it up. I really do. But a great career for him. And also, Anthony Smith lost. I picked Anthony Smith. I really didn't do much homework on this fight, to be honest with you. Look, Anthony Smith is a veteran, but, he's getting towards the end of his career as well. He's been in the UFC for over a decade, dude, for so long. But I just think the cow he's fighting, he looks like a Khabib cat. You know what I'm saying? A great wrestler, just maul you, will just continue to put pressure on you, and that's what he did. And that's why he beat Anthony Smith. So well-deserved to him. But going back to the main fights, for Brandon Moreno right now, I think, he's on that wave right now of saying, hey, I want to become the champion here, not the interim champion. No, dude, I want to become the absolute champion, and I think they need to run it back. We saw after the fight Octagon interview with Brandon Moreno. That was epic, dude. class act. I love this kid, man. I can't wait to see what he does next. I think it's going to be another title fight in December. Who knows what it's going to be? I think a rematch from last year's fights. I can't wait. But for Amanda Nunes and Juliana, speaking of Juliana, I think she doesn't need to hang her hat low. You just beat the GOAT. You beat the GOAT in December. So, to turn around and lose to her the way she did, she got dominated. I don't think she won a round. But look, you beat the GOAT, and you could say when your career's over, when Juliana's career's over, you could say, hey, I choked out Amanda Nunes. I made her tap out. That's what I did. That's the GOAT. I made the GOAT tap. So, she could say that, right? But at the end of the day, I just think it was kind of more of a fluke fight. I really do. Back in December, obviously Amanda Nunes was not really her character. But this time around, when I saw Amanda Nunes walking out in her yellow suit, I just said, you know what? This is the old school Amanda Nunes. This brought me back to the Misha Tate when she fought Misha Tate. It was just like, holy cow, Amanda Nunes really is hungry. She really is about that life. She really is. You can see it in her face. So I think for all the sports bettors out there, this was a great two-fight parlay. I definitely hit. I hope you guys hit the Moreno and Amanda Nunes fight. That two-fight parlay was just incredible. It really was. The two favorites, I think that was really made sense to me. We saw a couple underdogs win in the prelims, but look, for Brandon Moreno, I can't wait. But Amanda Nunes, the GOAT, she continues to climb, continues to get better and better, so I cannot wait. Hopefully we see both of these fighters back in December, baby. UFC 277 was iconic. It's the Clown with Cab show. Let's go!